Law enforcement agents in the River Valley are making a concerted effort to eliminate the selling and usage of illegal fentanyl. They say too much of what is sold on the black market is misidentified as common Xanax or hydrocodone. 5 News reporter Nick Camper spoke with a drug force commander about the investigations.
These pills mimic or look exactly like the brand name oxycodone or Xanax bars.
In the River Valley, illegal fentanyl sales are not just in the more populated Fort Smith area, but moving to the more rural areas of Sebastian and Crawford counties.
It's infiltrating out into the smaller communities as well.
For the past 6 months, local agencies have been going undercover to buy pills and get them tested at a lab. Smith says in years past, tests have come back with a mix of fentanyl and the original drug. Now, almost all of the pill is fentanyl-based.
So it looks like an oxycodone 30 milligram pill, but in fact, it's pure fentanyl.
The effects of taking these pills could be devastating. David Stoppel with Central EMS says an overdose is relatively easy because of the potency of the drug.
It is so much more potent than, say, morphine or any of the other narcotics.
Stoppel says it can be much worse when mixing with other substances.
Could have some respiratory depression. You could stop breathing. From there, once you've stopped breathing for a while, maybe you could go into cardiac arrest.
Smith says pills are coming from dark web purchases, but also from larger cities like Dallas and Oklahoma City. He encourages people to use the proper avenues when seeking medical treatment.
Only ingest the pills that are prescribed by your doctor, gone through a pharmacist, and given to you to be taken correctly for whatever ailment or treatment that you need that pill for.
Covering news where you live, Nick Camper, 5 News.
Now, David Stoppel with Central EMS says it's important for people to know to call 911 if you see someone overdosing, even if others are around on an illegal drug. He says people cannot be charged for being on a substance when calling for emergency assistance.